Alright y'all, what's going on? Back again with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about some of the Pokemon that we're still actually missing currently in Pokemon Go. So let's jump right into this topic. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so basically as you just seen that I have a new Pokedex entry, which is my Whiscash, aka my Whiscash money. So I just want to share that with you guys before I got into the video. Now, let's jump right into the video. So basically here it says, what are the strongest Gen 3 Pokemon we haven't seen in Pokemon Go? Well, here it is. So here it says Pokemon Go has released approximately 75 of the over 135 Pokemon first introduced in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. That means we'll see 60 more Pokemon get released into the wild over the next few months, a few weeks, or months. Some of these unreleased Pokemon will be nothing more than Pokedex fillers, and what they mean by that is basically a lot of those Pokemon are not going to be good at gym attackers or gym defenders, but it will serve a purpose for us to fill up our Pokedexes. Now, Pokemon that players catch for the XP and Stardust and then promptly transfer away. However, some of these Pokemon are expected to be among the strongest in the game and could radically shift which Pokemon players see while attacking or defending gyms. Now the first up is Metagross. Metagross is the strongest non-legendary Gen 3 Pokemon, and it isn't even close. This Steel and Psychic powerhouse is expected to become both a top attacker and a top gym defender when it finally gets added to Pokemon Go. While Metagross' attack stat isn't in the same tier as legendary Pokemon like Groudon or Kyogre, it's still comparable to both Pokemon like Dragonite and Gengar, both of whom are considered some of the best Pokemon to bring into battle. Now, it says what's really impressive about Metagross is its great defense. While a 247 defense isn't in the same tier as a Pokemon like Steelix or Cloyster, it's resistant to most attacks thanks to being a Steel type, and it can wallop a punch unlike most top tier defenders. Metagross will have its weaknesses, but this is definitely one of the Pokemon that you'll want in battle. Best of all, Metagross has both Steel and Psychic moves in its move pool, so you'll be even able to optimize this Pokemon depending on whether you want a top tier Steel type attacker or another solid Psychic type Pokemon. So basically they're saying you want this Pokemon as a gym attacker and a gym defender. So this is the Pokemon that you actually want to put inside of gyms. Now, next up is Salamence. Salamence could finally overtake Dragonite's long-held role as a top generalist in the game, which is reason why a lot of people keep putting Dragonite inside of gyms. So a lot of people are basically going to start substituting Salamence for Dragonite once Salamence comes out. Now, players have long prized Dragonite for its lack of weaknesses, general bulkiness, and strong attack, but Salamence could present an intriguing alternative. Salamence is a Dragon-type Pokemon just like Dragonite, and it has higher attack and stamina stats, albeit at the cost of some defense strength. What really separates Salamence from Dragonite is its ability to use Draco Meteor, one of the newly added moves in Pokemon Go. Now I'm sure at some point Dragonite will be able to use Draco Meteor because, well, it's a dragon Pokemon, and Draco Meteor happens to be a Dragon-type move. but you have to use a TM to have Dragonite learn that move. Now, Draco Meteor has a base damage output of 150 and it gets boosted to 187 thanks to the same type attack bonus. Draco Meteor will be the strongest dragon type attack, and Salamence is the only Pokemon that can use it. Dragonite will still have some use as a superior defender, but Salamence should overtake it as the best dragon type attacker in the game, and that will probably be pretty useful considering that 3 of the upcoming raid bosses, Rayquaza, Latios, and Latias, are all dragon types with only a handful of weaknesses. Aggron is up next. Now, Aggron is basically Steelix with a bit more bite. This Rock and Steel type Pokemon has comparable defense and stamina stats to massive Rock Snake Pokemon, but Aggron has a much higher attack stat, which makes it more viable as a gym defender. Unlike Metagross, a Salamence Aggron probably won't bring cataclysmic changes to the Pokemon Go metagame. Now, Aggron will probably rank better as a gym defender than Rhydon or Golem, but its stamina stat is pretty low, which means that it won't have a ton of HP. A few well-timed water or grass type charge moves will knock Aggron on his butt in a hurry, just like any other rock type Pokemon you face in gyms. Aggron also doesn't have any pure rock type movesets, which also limits its effectiveness in raids where rock type Pokemon reign supreme. So basically, Aggron won't be all that strong in gym. I mean, it'll be pretty strong, but it won't be as strong as like a Steelix would, you know what I mean? But if y'all actually compare Rhydon with Aggron, they kind of look alike though. Just want to point that out to you guys. But anyway, let's get back into the topic. Now, Trapinch, Vibrava, and Flygon is actually up next. Now, Flygon and its pre-evolutions don't have the gaudy CP stats that the other Pokemon on the list have, but it can make its own impact in Pokemon Go. Now, let's start with the basics. Flygon's max CP is 2458, which puts it in the range of Pokemon like Poliwrath or Scyther. Those are both respectable Pokemon, but not what you're looking for to anchor any sort of raid or gym team. Flygon could be a bit useful as budget dragon type Pokemon, as it has access to both fast and charged dragon type moves. Where Flygon really shines is that it could help a lot of trainers make progress on their dragon type medals. So basically, if you're still trying to work on getting your dragon medals, because you're gonna have to start catching Flygon, and once Flygon, Vibrava, not really so much a Trapinch, because Trapinch is not a dragon type yet until it evolves to Vibrava and Flygon. So to get your dragon type medals, you're gonna have to go after these Pokemon too. If you don't, that's up to you, but you still gotta catch dragon Pokemon, and these are gonna be an additive once Vibrava and Flygon actually comes out in Pokemon Go. Now, players get medals for capturing or otherwise obtaining types of Pokemon, which make it a bit easier to catch those types of Pokemon in the wild. And while most experienced players have almost all of the medals, many are still missing their gold dragon type medal due to the general rarity of dragon type Pokemon in the game. Trapinch isn't a dragon type Pokemon, at least not yet. Even when it evolves into Vibrava, it becomes a dragon type then, but not all the way until it gets into a Flygon. Now it says, but it'll evolve into the ground dragon type Vibrava for just 25 candies. So if Trapinch is a relatively common Pokemon, it could be the key to getting that dragon medal, which will then make Rayquaza and other dragon type raid bosses a bit easier to catch later this year. So basically Rayquaza is coming, and that's a no-brainer because it'll be coming, like I said, maybe right after Kyogre. So let's get into some more news. Stay tuned. Alright, now let's talk about Jirachi, which is also a Gen 3 Pokemon. Now, it says Pokemon Go, Jirachi is a dual Steel and Psychic type known as the Wish-Making Mythical Pokemon, coming in at a CP of 3090, making it the second highest of all Steel types currently in the game. There is no confirmation that Jirachi will be available as a raid boss. Jirachi's HP 200 and attack of 210 and defense of 210 are well rounded, just like the other mythical Pokemon. Notably, the HP is the highest among Steel types. So basically here it says Jirachi in the Pokemon Go meta Comparing numbers, Jirachi is like a miniature Metagross, not as beefy, but will do a fair amount of damage output due to higher HP, 200 compared to 160, and be the best steel move available in the game once released, which will probably be right after Latios, or maybe even Deoxys. Now, Jirachi is a very useful rock and ice counter, a solid alternative to Metagross, whom will be more rare to find in the wild. Having a dual steel psychic typing and an interesting move pool, Jirachi can be built in two different ways: double psychic moves or hybrid psychic steel moves. Jirachi moves and best movesets in Pokemon Go. Now, Jirachi's best moveset right now is Confusion and Doom Desire, which Doom Desire has been added to the game just last year, as a matter of fact. Now, hands down, the best quick move is Confusion. It deals the most DPS and benefits from stab. We wouldn't recommend Charge Beam for any reason, as there are better electric type attackers to fill that role, because a lot of people think Charge Beam is actually a powerful move. I mean, it has some power to it, but it's not as strong as like Thunderbolt or Thunder. That's why they're saying Charge Beam will basically... There's basically other electric type moves that you can actually use that's actually better than Charge Beam, which are the ones I just mentioned. Now, this is when choosing the best charge move. It's easy. Doom Desire deals the most DPS benefits from stab and is the most powerful steel move in Pokemon Go, and it has a 2-bar power. Now, since using Psychic is a solid choice if a Psychic move set is desired, Dazzling Gleam, although powerful, does not benefit from stab. Therefore, it is not recommended under any circumstances. Now, Jirachi has access to the following moves. Now, what it has access to is Confusion, which is a psychic move, psychic fast move, Charge Beam, which is an electric fast move, Doom Desire, which is a steel charge move with 2 bars, Psychic, which is a psychic move, and it's a charge move with only 1 bar, Dazzling Gleam, which is a fairy type move, and it's a charge move with 2 bars. Now, we're gonna get into Shiny Jirachi in Pokemon Go. A regular Jirachi has a white body, a yellow triangular hat, and the same shade of yellow silky-like wings, hanging from each of the tip of the hat and turquoise colored ribbons. The eyes are black with a turquoise mark under each eye. On the belly is a black mark where the third eye is located. A shiny Jirachi has a reddish tint to its white body. The markings under each eye and the ribbons hanging from the hat are red, all while maintaining the same shade of yellow for the hat and silky-like wings. Now, you have your normal Jirachi, and then you have shiny Jirachi, which would be pretty cool to actually obtain. So that's probably going to be harder than any other Pokemon or any other like shiny Pokemon or whatever. But of course, because it's a raid boss, it's kind of like getting like a shiny Absol, but you have more of a chance to get a shiny Absol than a shiny Jirachi. They're going to make that extremely hard to obtain. But guys, that's going to wrap this video up though. Make sure you guys like, comment, sub, share this video wherever you share cool stuff. Comment down below, crush the notification bell so you can stay updated on my latest videos. And as always guys, peace and love, and I'm out. Peace.